Why don't you go see your boyfriend?
Yeah, he's got a nice room. He won't have it long. He left a call for 7 a.m.
See if we can figure out something.
Listen to your phone.
Hi. Oh, my phone is playing the sound too. Good start. Good start. Hi, Steve. I just got back from dancing not too long ago, so I might look a little disheveled, but it was really fun. It was super fun. There is a song that basically I often have on repeat, and it's going to be pretty unexpected, but it is Lil Wayne, Uproar. If I could play it, I would, but alas, I cannot. Okay, so I still need to have dinner, etc., but I thought we might as well do a little bit of court watching together, something light. I have been looking all freaking day to see if Christine Ricci, if she is getting sentenced today. Haven't found a single stream on it. So if you've seen something, let's just do another check. I just checked not that long ago. Can't find anything. But she was supposed to be sentencing. She was supposed to be getting sentenced, and her kids were going to be speaking. Still no updates. Oh, I guess we'll have to see what happens on normal news if it comes up. All right. Judge Simpson has been such a hoot today. I have been absolutely loving it. Let me go back a little bit.
Progress. We're some discovery and some other issues. We think we're going to resolve it, but we just need a little more time. We're thinking about a 4-week extension for a PCC just to hopefully.
So here there's no sound.
Continued. Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Jillian Carey.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Michael Bolana on behalf of Jillian Carey, who's present.
Hello.
To my side.
Your name?
Jillian Carey.
Thank you. What are we doing?
This is a probable cause conference, Your Honor. Since we last met, myself and the
Wait, pause. Before we start that, I have to show you guys this. I forgot that I saw it earlier. We have T-Swift Prison Barbie was back in court. And this time, she's not asking to go to a Taylor Swift concert. No. She wants to go to a Glass Animals concert.
All right, calling case numbers 2401-248, 2401-451, People versus Megan Ellis.
Attorney Joey Phillips, P 84081 on behalf of Miss Ellis.
And good morning, Your Honor. George Brown on behalf of Ms. Ellis on the other case.
Miss Ellis, state your name, please.
Ellis.
Today's date and time set for a pretrial. Mr. Brown, Mr. Phillips, it's my understanding there's a request for further plea negotiations, discovery, and a 4-week adjournment is what all parties have agreed to. Mr. Markham was here. He has to cover another docket as well. He's indicated that he's in agreement with that. Is that what you're seeking, Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I will note for the record that the court put some pretty intensive bond conditions in place to allow Miss Ellis back into the community. I'm happy to see at this point, although it's only been a couple weeks, but during those 2 weeks, there's been some positive progress that has occurred, and Miss Ellis appears to be following the court's requirements, which I think is good for her and good for the community. Mr. Brown, it's my understanding that you have some additional requests of this court related to bond. I will tell you right now, I'm hesitant to make any changes because of what we're doing is working, but I'm always willing to hear any requests. Reasonable requests will be considered. I know that the prosecutor has already made it clear that he's leaving any of your requests to the court's discretion. So, Mr. Brown, Mr. Phillips, what are you looking for?
Thank you, Your Honor. We're asking that the defendant be allowed to travel outside of her curfew. Her curfew by court order currently is 8:00 p.m. to 8:00 a.m. We're asking that she be allowed to go on a camping trip at Higgins Lake from tomorrow to the 24th. That she be allowed to go to another camping trip at Silver Lake Sand Dunes. That she would be at the Dunetown Resort on August 30th to September 2nd. We're also requesting that she have permission to go to a Glass Animals concert at DTE Pine Knob on August 24th, and I've concert at the Fillmore on September 15th.
Yes, sure. I would second that request. As it relates to the family camping trip, it's my understanding it's just with her aunt and uncle, I believe. Is that right, Megan?
Yes.
And there would be no worry about the complaining witness potentially being there.
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has not had any contact with her, and she's not planning on being there.
Defendants are her.
And Judge, I guess I'd also want to note for the record that these tickets were purchased for the concerts. They were purchased before the defendant was on bond. And I believe that the court has the power to put some protocols into effect to make sure that the defendant is continuing to follow the conditions of a bond. If the court would ask for, say, a drug and alcohol test after each of the concerts, she would willingly comply.
So, Miss Ellis, the 23rd, 24th, you're going to be going to Higgins Lake with your aunt and uncle. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's one night back in town the 24th for the concert, back home after the concert, all in the state of Michigan. And then for the Silver Lake, it'd just be me and my partner and our pets.
The 30th through the 2nd?
Yes, Labor Day.
Notice as well how she's dropped the cutie giggly act that was so annoying last time.
Okay, so she's already on a level of drug testing, but if I allow her to go to these locations, she will have to test the next day whether or not she's ordered to, whether it's not, it's part of her random. So basically I'll incorporate for the Higgins Lake and concert trip. She has to test a drug and alcohol test. I don't anticipate with Miss Ellis that there'll be alcohol, but I don't actually anticipate there'll be either, based on what I see as some good compliance right now. But based on our past discussions, of all the things I would be surprised to see would be alcohol. But she'll do a drug and alcohol test on the 25th of August. She'll do one on the 3rd of September. Now, Ms. Ellis, if you are, just so you know, if you are called those days anyway, then you don't have to do 2 tests that day. They'll all count together. Okay.
Okay.
But for example, you come back on the 25th and you're not called, you already have been told by me, you test on the 25th. If I'm letting you go to that concert and to Higgins Lake. Now on the, she'll have to test on the 3rd when she comes back. She'll have to test on the 16th after the concert. So Mr. Brown, Mr. Phillips, if you could just help Miss Ellis facilitate that. And then remember, Miss Ellis, all the other things stay in place. We're not, I want you to keep doing your daily journal. I want you to keep working with Dr. Abramsky. I want you to keep evaluating medication. I think the journal is helpful as well as when you do sit down and have a discussion, if that happens with some sort of, medication appointment, things like that, having your daily journal so that you can then say, hey, this is how I feel. These are some of the side effects. So the daily journal also works for me, but also works for you so that you can be a more accurate historian when you sit down with your doctor.
Sure.
And as you know, Miss Ellis, what works for right now might not work in 6 months. And so you just have to make those constant adjustments. Those journals really do help the doctors make the right call, which in the end benefits you. This is the most calm that I've seen you, and you are following my rules, which is, I will say, Miss Ellis, your attorneys fought for you on this one to at least give you the opportunity to participate in these activities, which are important to you. I have great reservations, but they've convinced me that you have, since you followed my rules for the last couple of weeks, you'll continue to follow my rules, and that this will actually be beneficial to your mental health to be able to experience these things. And so for now, I'm okay with these adjustments. When you're not at these events, the curfew remains, the social media, obviously the social media bar continues. I hope that it's helping you focus on things that are more about you as opposed to others, which is always a good thing. So I'll see everybody back here in about 4 weeks, and you can go to those concerts, just test the next day. You can go to Higgins and Silver Lake, just test the next day. And I think that's it for now. Mr. Brown, Mr. Phillips, anything else?
Actually, could we go off the record briefly?
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay, so they went off. Okay, my mic isn't muted. They went off the record and then didn't come back. Then it was Operation Drive. So we didn't come back to that. Thank you. I'm going to put this on and then I'm going to go grab some dinner. But I will obviously be in chat on my phone. I also want to see if any of the cats are going to play cat camp tonight.
Prosecutor have gotten together with the detective, the computer detective involved, and we're making good progress. We're some discovery and some other issues. We think we're going to resolve it, but we just need a little more time. We're thinking about a 4-week extension for a PCC just to hopefully have it all wrapped up by then. If that's okay.
Steve, Operation Drive is a different thing. That's where he helps people who have had driving related charges get that lead to their licenses being suspended. He helps them get it back. So it won't be anything to do with her because hers is disorderly and something else. I should have put my VPN on so I could open the thing, but I want to put it all together in one thing, like I did with Mr. Jolly, like have the arrest records and everything from the beginning to the end. Her first T-Swift appearance, her second appearance, the third, this one where she's calm and not a giggle girl. Sorry. Put them all together.
We don't have pick dates, but the 19th is a date is around 4 weeks.
Yeah, that works for me. That's okay.
Childers thinks he's slow. like I didn't know what he was doing. You know what, Alan? You know what I'm talking? I'll do it for defense counsel. Probable cause conference, September 19th, that will work. September 19th,
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
2024. I'll set it at 9, but you'll get it in fight with time. Bond will continue with its.
Thank you. Good to see you again, Your Honor.
Good seeing you, sir. Take care. Oh, the tall one. Anyway. No, I don't. You don't know what I was gonna say. Anyway. Well, Court calls the case. People versus Alenia Bustle.
Andrew Childress, appearing on behalf.
She's on Zoom.
Kyle Burdell filling in for attorney of record, Marcia Kracher.
Ms. Bustle, can you state your name, please?
Alina Bustle.
Thank you. And what are we doing?
Your Honor, this time, so I'm just filling in for Ms. Kracher. She's not had any contact with Ms. Bustle. If there's any, so we're just asking for an adjournment at this time to allow her to connect.
Here's what I'll do. I'll adjourn it to September 12th, 2024, 9 a.m. Ms. Bustle?
Yeah.
Can you put Ms. Kracher's phone number and email in the chat? You know how to use the chat on Zoom?
I do. I just don't have her phone number or email, Your Honor.
Oh, you do have her phone number?
I don't have either.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it into the chat on Zoom, that and an email address, and then we need you to contact her.
And Ms. Bustle, if you could also put your contact information, your email and your phone number in the chat as well, that'd be good.
And then we'll get it to them, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bond, continue.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Carolina, is it Facina? Ansetta.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. William Holiday, P76194. On behalf of Carolina Fonseca. Carolina, please state your name.
What
Judge
side?
Simpson.
You've
Always
been
do that.
enough to know.
Please state your name.
Carolina Fonseca, KarolinaFonseca.
Thank you.
Judge, the only days for prelims are Tuesdays, correct? For this matter?
Been that way for, yep.
Okay.
It is.
So due to my trial docket, I did talk to the people with no objections. Is it possible to do a prelim on October 1st?
I'm sure it is. You're picking a date.
I'm requesting a date from Your Honor.
Did that sound like a request? No. I don't think I take requests. Is that the only day you're available?
Unless you want to go to November, which I don't think.
No, that's not it.
I figured.
All right. Any objection from the people?
Cool. Any objection?
No objection. Thank you.
Sorry.
All discoveries complete.
Yes.
And I'm presuming, given the conversation, the witnesses will have their people available.
Believe so.
Preliminary examination in person, October 1, 2024, 9 a.m. at 3-4, Judge Rush Hour.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you for covering that. Fine, continue. Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Liddell Garrett. Oh, God.
Andrew Childress, appearing on behalf.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christina Costantino, appearing on behalf of Mr. Garrett. Judge, what had happened was, unfortunately, Mr. Garrett is unable to join us today for this hearing. I'm sure there's a very valid reason for that, but I don't quite have it at my disposal today.
Yeah, right after we pick him up, he'll give it to us. Bench warrant was issued for defendant's failure to appear. Bond is set in the amount of 10,000. Cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank
Have a good rest of your week. Good weekend, everything.
All right. Well, thank you. Court calls case of the People versus Is it Katana Hudson McCurtis?
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon to your fine staff. May it please this most honorable court, Edward Martell, P 85051, on behalf of Katana Hudson McCurtis, who stands to my right. Please state your full name for the record, ma'am.
Katana Nadine Atiana Hudson McCurdy.
Atiana? That's a lot. That's a whole lot. Okay, all right. Yes, what are we doing?
Judge, if I may, we are very, very close to a resolution. Was hopeful we would have that today. However, there is a minor issue of restitution to be sorted out, Judge. We're jointly requesting one final probable cause conference, Judge. I was hoping that the 19th of September would work for Your Honor.
Everybody's picking their dates.
Certainly, we leave it to the discretion of the court, Judge.
Probable cause conference, September 26th, just because I can. 2024. 9 a.m.
September 26th, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Yes,
Have a
sir.
great day.
Thank you. Court calls case People versus Brian Jones.
Afternoon, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, David Burgess on behalf of Mr. Jones, who's approaching, Your Honor.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Burgess.
I'll probably only say this once in my life. Mr. Burgess is doing a fantastic job on the file. He's doing a-
Wow, I know, right? Amazing, isn't it, Your Honor?
What?
Presented me some information that is exceptionally compelling. I've had the opportunity to talk with the officer in charge. There was one additional trooper that needs some time to review some information. So this time I'm asking for an adjournment so that we can try to effectuate what Mr. Burgess has been.
This is like how many times? This is the third time?
Judge, I'm working on trying to get rid of it. My client, obviously, there's an issue about identification. That's the issue here. And it does appear that there's a different person who used my client's name on the video. Nicole wanted, being very casual. Nicole wanted to have one of the troopers verify it, and I just got that information today. I was trying to tell my client I'd do my best to get rid of it, but we asked the courts, the people asked for one more day. I understand that.
I saw his reaction.
I know.
Wanted it done today, but this is sometimes, just hold on. Sometimes things take time and good things can come out of it. We just have to be patient. Okay.
I can do that.
You heard a prosecutor actually say Mr. Burgess was doing a fantastic job.
I was hoping that wouldn't be that noteworthy, Judge.
Not only did she say she wouldn't say that about Mr. Burgess, or she wouldn't say that. I can tell you, I've known Ms. Hughes probably since she's begun. She doesn't say that. Okay, so let it work, young man. All right. Okay. So how much more time do we need?
I want to give the people 2 weeks just so we don't come back more than one more time, Judge.
You think, will 2 do it for you? Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm trying, man.
September 5th, 2024, 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates. And Mr. Burgess, I did not feel that way. That was misuse express. I think
I know.
do a
You never do.
job
It's
all
okay,
the time.
Judge. You stay neutral on these things anyway.
Yeah, I try. All right, thank you. Court does call the case, People versus Peyton Wilhelm.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alexander Hermanowski with and on behalf of Peyton Wilhelm. Your Honor, this time it did set for a probable cause conference. I've had discussions with Mr. Ganatra about resolving this matter. I think we are close. However, we're going to need one final adjournment.
All right, your name, sir.
Peyton Wilhelm.
Thank you. How much more time did you need?
2 weeks.
Probable cause conference, September 12th, 2024. 9 a.m. bond continued.
Isn't September 12th 3 weeks?
It is.
Could I please have the 5th if possible, Your Honor, just because I have to be in circuit court on that day, the 12th.
So,
if you'd be kind enough.
So, you know, in the old days, judge gave you a date, you just took it. Then you figured it out.
If you ask nicely, oftentimes you will receive.
That nicely? Did you think it was? Did you think it was, or was it more demanding? Like, I can't make it that day because I got another judge I'd rather see.
No, that's not true.
That's what I heard.
I'll just shut up.
September 5th.
Thank you, Mr. Ganache.
Put him on the list. He never gets another thing. That's gonna take care of Mr. Armanowski. Court calls the case people versus Devon Tatum.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Tatum.
I'm here.
You state your name for the record, Mr. Tatum?
Devon Michael Tatum.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may Mr. Childers and I approach briefly?
You may.
Okay, so on T Swift prison sorry, that was
Listen to you, Mr. Overwater, regarding that. Children's already. He already messed it up.
okay. Sorry, I had it on the TV, so I could eat there instead of eating in front of the camera. T Swift prison Barbie. I'm trying to find the day that I spoke about her last, because I know I spoke about her. We watched the first one on my birthday, which was 23rd of July, and then I say on the 7th, T Swift urgent bond, and then T Swift lady back, and that was on the 8th of August. But 8th, I've got Hutch jewelry trial, and then I've got Judge Middleton on August 9th. So I'm just getting a little confused. Did we watch on a Saturday night maybe? I don't think so. Anyway, I'll have to find that. But then in that one, basically, I go and rewatch the first hearing where she's like, I have to go watch Taylor Swift. And then the second one, she's like in custody and they do an urgent hearing. And then the next day they say, no social media. And that day when they said no social media, that's the day that's the day that we went and found that LinkedIn post. And we read that LinkedIn post about her quitting her job and all of that. And the timing didn't add up. I can't remember when that was, but that is probably around, I would probably have posted it around the 7th or the 8th, because we watched it like as it happened. I'll keep looking after my dinner though. Hey Laura. Do you happen to have Mr. Heenan's 18th, the 13th of August hearing? I have got it, and I watched it on the stream as well. It was very, very, very short. The 13th, short court watching, I think, is the one. I'm going to share this, and it should probably be in here. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was this day. So I'm going to drop this. And then Heenan is back. I don't know if you want to know what happened or if you want to watch it. But he will be back. Heenan PCC and Hijra, who is the man accused of murdering the Brazilian woman. He has not been charged with that yet, but he's accused of that. They're both there on the 5th of September. So the 5th will be his probable cause conference, which is when we will hear the most. I don't want to give too much away in case you want to watch it yourself. But trust me, we are so invested. In terms of Judge Simpson, I generally have every single stream, but there is there's like a slight patch where he was deleting things faster than I could save it. So there's like Heenan's first or second appearance I don't have. But in general, I should have majority of the days, in theory. Okay, I'm going to go back to food. I'll be back soon.
All right. Record to reflect the bench conference. I will adjourn the probable cause hearing to September 12th, 2024 at 9 a.m. There is also going to be an order permitting restitution to be paid and held as a bond in this case. Council will prepare that order. Just so that you know, also the monies would have to be paid to the 15th district court. They can't be paid here.
Okay.
Okay.
So Mr. Tatum, call the public defender's office and I can explain to you what you need to do, but you won't be able to make that payment for at least a couple of days until the order is prepared and entered.
Okay.
All right. And if you get that order over to us, we'll sign it and make sure that it's in the system so he can do that. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tatum. Bond continues. Or
Thank you.
the case of People versus Mac Taylor.
Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Taylor, who's approaching now. Mr. Taylor, will you state your name for the record?
Mac Taylor III. Third? Yes. Yep, it is. Okay.
Your Honor, we'd ask that this matter be set for a preliminary examination.
All discovery is complete.
To our knowledge, yes.
And would the people have their witnesses available on the 3rd? Preliminary examination will be set September 3rd, 2024. 9 a.m. in person before Judge Perry. Bond will continue. Thank you, sir.
We'll reach out before the.
Court calls the case People versus Adriana Taylor Hamby.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Ms. Taylor Hamby, who is present via Zoom. Can you please state your full name for the record, ma'am?
Adriana Taylor Hamby.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We respect.
She did a little dance with her name. I don't know what that's about. Go ahead.
She's very excited to be in front of Your Honor. Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting a 2 to 3 week adjournment to further discuss discovery with my client.
No objection from the people. Probable cause September 12th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have a good one.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor Hamby. You can log off now.
You too. Thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye. Court calls the case People versus Mark Weed.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Weed, who stands to my right. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Mark Weed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are respectfully requesting a 3 to 4 week adjournment in this case in order for both myself and my client to review discovery.
Without objection, probable cause September 19th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continues. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Court calls case People versus Machus Wojciechowicz.
Hey, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Sir, can you please state your name?
It's Mateusz Wojtowicz.
Okay. All right, do you have a camera?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Thank you.
I have a plea form in front of me. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the plea form indicates that the defendant will be pleading guilty to the charge of false pretenses, 200 to 1,000, 1-year offense. Upon his successful plea to that charge, count 1 would be dismissed. There's further agreement that the defendant may seek HIDA with district court prosecutor at sentencing. Restitution is reserved. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's a correct statement.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Sir, can you please raise your right hand? Oh, I can't see it. There you go. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Oh, we're losing him. All right, can you state your name again?
Yes, Mateusz Wojtowicz.
All right, we're gonna shut down your camera so that we can get to the plea. I've seen you, so, all right.
Okay.
All right, so sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of false pretenses, 200 to 1,000. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and or a $2,000 fine plus court costs. The fine could be increased to 3 times the value of the property taken. If that's greater than $2,000, that would become the maximum fine. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I understand.
And understanding that, do you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead to this charge?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
And also because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
June 1st, 2023, at the location of 1817 High Point Lane, Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. What did you do on that occasion that makes you think that you're guilty?
I purchased a vehicle, a little bit of cash, and then the rest was Zelle. And I canceled the Zelle after I got back home.
Okay, so you purchased a vehicle, you put part in cash, the other was on what now?
Zelle, Your Honor.
Zelle? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, the other was done by Zelle and then you canceled that particular portion of the transaction. Is that correct? Oh, he muted himself. You're muted, sir.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. Did you hear what
Yes.
I said?
Yes,
Was that a correct statement then, sir?
correct.
All right. And the value of the Zelle portion of the purchase was in excess of $200?
No, it was $1,000, I believe.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Over
but
200.
it was over, the Zelle portion that you canceled was more than $200.
Oh, yes, yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule and would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is satisfied.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 14A1 probation. Sentencing in this matter will be
September 25th at 1 p.m.
September 25th, 2024, 1 p.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond will continue.
And Your Honor, I don't know if it needs to be requested by the district court attorney,
He
but
does.
okay. He does reside in Chicago, but I'll.
He does? So you're making him come here. No, anyway. Court calls the case, People versus Philip Zabwabwa. Who's on this? Is this Mr. Overwater's case?
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of defendant whose name I cannot pronounce.
Zimbabwe.
I thought I had
that
Dwyer earlier, and then I was completely wrong with it. So
okay, they're not here in any event.
in any event, that's correct, Your Honor. We have, despite our valiant efforts, we were not able to reach Mr. Zabawa, and I have no further information as to his current whereabouts.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear, bond 10,000, cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Got it for the block? Really? Okay. That's it for that block. We'll come back and we have a 3, correct? I hope so, because we still got people. All right, court standing recess.
All right. May be seated.
Sorry, I had to mute the TV again this time before. Yeah, Broken Baker, I was unsubscribed again. It's honestly like it's a mystery. But I have a premiere coming up in 45 minutes and I want to try and see if I can redirect from the premiere because remember the last time I was unsubscribed and then I checked, the redirect was just not allowing me. And that's how I knew that it had done it again. Judge Simpson's court today was absolutely phenomenal. And I want to, wait, let's see. Is he back already? No. I want to go back, but I also want to avoid, there is a swearing man. There is a swearing man that I am going to put, I have a video, basically, it's titled and not edited, titled, "This is why you shouldn't swear at the judge." And I want to add it to that because I want to beep it out so that I don't get
by that time
in big trouble. So I just quickly want to find the spot.
Good. Bond, I'm going to let you go. Okay, young man.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you
I'm
so
going to
much.
let you go. Make sure. Go ahead.
No, well, tell us what we can do
Just
to make
saying.
it better, Judge. Your Honor, Sydney Rushing appearing on behalf of Ms. Stevens. Ms. Stevens, will you please state your name for the record?
He will see that.
Yesterday, so we would
I'm
be
going to mute quick in case the sweary guy is here. I want to find where he is and then not be there. Okay, I don't know. We're going to have to take a chance here. Oh, I like this guy. This guy was hectic.
Send something to the court and to count to the prosecutor's office, laying out a plan as to how he's going to address those issues. But at this time, I'm not going to relate.
I will
Yes,
be there.
ma'am. Bond will continue.
Okay.
Let's call the case. People versus Travis Goebel.
We have a Travis Goebel. Would stand. Travis, can you state your name for the record?
Travis Goebel.
Versus my other client, this guy is doing everything right.
Really?
We did have a new case that popped up from 2023. That we're,
So if I dig deep enough, I'd find that he's doing everything right?
he's gonna.
I'm just kidding, Mr. Shannon.
He
I'm
does
not
not
gonna-
do anything stupid in the next couple of days.
Right.
He's gonna have 6 months of sobriety, and the last time he had
Fantastic.
6 months of unincarcerated sobriety was more than a decade ago. So he is doing phenomenally well.
Wonderful.
He's in transitional housing. He's got a great group of guys around him. He's every single meeting I see him at, he's bringing somebody with him. So he's doing the deal. So I'm really, really happy. And I think
Congratulations.
we're going to try to get him into Judge Cookie's treatment court. I think he'd be a great addition, and I actually think the treatment court would be great for him, and I think he'd be great for them too.
Fantastic.
So we're just asking for a short adjournment to get this other case to be included in everything that
Where is the other?
15th District Court.
Okay, so you're looking to make sure that you can get to 15th and try to get everything over.
Correct. So
So how much time?
A month, Andrew, is that enough time? And it also gives us an opportunity to get him screened and assessed as well.
Good enough. So I'll set it for September 19th. 2024, 9 a.m. Continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See, it's always good. Mr. Shand will always tell the court the deal. So if he came up here and said that you were doing well, I just can take that to the bank.
It's
Must be good.
It's funny when you have two cases like this back to back and they both started out at the same time. And one guy's life trajectory is going to have a dramatically different turn than the other guy's life trajectory. And Travis right now he's on the right turn. So as always, thank you for all your help.
All right. Well, and I'll tell you something, Mr. Shand, regarding that. That tells me that there was, knowing how you work, there was one client that listened to you and one that didn't.
That's usually the way it goes. It works for you as well.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Take care. Court does call the case, People versus David Epps.
Yes, to my left.
Other side.
Oh, right. Sorry.
And your name, sir? Thank you.
Well, I'll just start. We've been here previously. I thought we were coming for preliminary examination and relayed that to my client. He has discovery, but in the meantime, he got a second case on the same complainant. That has caused this to be converted, in my opinion, to be
A second case on
the same, calling from the jail. Allegedly, everything's allegedly.
the
Calling
witness,
from the jail.
right? Okay, he picked up.
Everything's alleged.
Right.
So that caused a second case, and in my opinion, a second PCC. So we want a preliminary examination for everything. The people have advised me that they will go forward with or without the witness. I explained all this to my client. He exploded. So
What?
exploded. Well, so I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
So, and not fighting for him. And that bothers me more. They can tell me I don't know what I'm doing. That annoys me. But when they say I'm not fighting for them, that goes to my core, since I come from a fighting family and I fight for everybody.
Oh, you do.
No, that just is making me talk to you. I am going to fight, but I got to fight within the rules. And I feel I know them a little bit better.
Counsel, I'm just trying to figure out, he told you weren't fighting for him?
Oh, for sure. And a lot more too. Yes, that's why I want to just express myself.
No, yeah, that's fine. You know, it's kind of funny to me. When defendants sit up there, they're in custody, they find themselves in more trouble because you were trying to set this, you were fighting for them, you were fighting at me a little bit with this thing. And then has the nerve to say to you, you're not fighting for him, when the reality is, at least allegedly, he's doing the stupid thing that's making your job harder. So that's fine. That's the way he wants to look at it. And the other thing is, and it just amazes me with some defendants, they come up here, they complain about their attorney, and they don't even realize the jewel that they may have representing them, and also don't realize, that fight is, it wasn't quite anything you did. It's
I was
just
carrying
in your,
my- I was
it's just in your blood.
Thank you.
It
sir.
is your heritage.
I was carrying
He
my
doesn't
fighting.
understand that. He doesn't understand that you gotta play by certain rules. He just wants to do it his way. So if he wants to do it his way, we'll do it his way. It's not gonna turn out real well. So what do you wish for me to do, Ms. Ford?
I'm asking that we set this for a preliminary examination, that you hear from the prosecutor and my client understand that I am really putting forth a top effort. And along with fighting, I actually have skill. So I hope that he understands that.
Well, he also needs to understand that there's going to be a motion for them to proceed by forfeiture, I'm presuming. And that's going to make your case whatever it is. And I know your counsel will be ready to go forward. I know the prosecutor will be ready to go forth, but you understand that, Mr. Abs?
I understand everything.
Okay, then let's let.
Right.
Correct.
Second
So
one. He has discovery on the first one.
on the first case, but not on the
Yes,
second case.
Correct.
How many, there were phone calls, so how many phone calls are we talking about? Because he's gonna have to see all of that, go through it
Correct.
all, so I wanna make sure he has time, so we're not hearing a complaint about that.
As long as possible, within reason.
Yes.
It has to be reasonable.
You can have to explain that when I ask you what they going on with our victim.
Oh, excuse me. Let me put this on the record. I did explain that I guess it's hard to understand the various exceptions to hearsay and how in certain instances they can go forward without the victim. I was trying to explain, and then the people gave me a case I haven't read, but I was trying to give him the site People versus Only 327 Mishap 319. Will the court please explain to my clients certain instances where they can go forward without the victim? Excited utterance, mental state, it's.
There are exceptions to the hearsay rule.
The victim-
Given that this is a domestic violence case, there's a statute which would apply, which would allow them to proceed with police testimony. Also, and I don't know if this is the people's intent, they would file a motion to proceed by forfeiture, meaning that because of, the simple way of putting this, because of your wrongdoing, the alleged victim is not present. So the people would, in that instance, not be punished by what is your behavior, or at least allegedly your behavior, Mr. Epps, and so would be allowed to proceed. That's kind of a nutshell version. I mean, there are a little bit more technicalities to it, but I think that
One of
that's,
the technicalities would be MCL 768.27C, and as I indicated, that case, People versus Only 327 Mishap 319, and the various exceptions to the hearsay rule. That might be excited utterance, present sense impression, mental state of mind.
yeah, I mean, it's all,
And-
it's
and
all
other.
of that kind of thing.
Do I
They
got a
will-
right to cross-examine my accuser?
You know what? Here's the thing, sir. That, if you're talking about the right to confrontation, there's a statute particularly on point where that may be forfeited because of what is alleged to be your behavior. That was the last thing that I brought up.
What do you mean by that, sir?
I am not here to give a law school class, although I could. I'm not, I know, but I'm just saying, that is very technical. That's why you have an attorney.
But I couldn't explain it anymore, and that's why I brought it up.
You just broke down law school for her. How am I different?
I didn't break down law school.
Okay,
for
I'll
her.
tell you.
She asked the
We
question.
have told you.
I
I'll
All
tell
right,
you
I'm
again.
done. I'm gonna set it for exam.
I'm gonna go to the jail today, so I will. I'll tell you.
Preliminary examination in this matter, because the
Yes.
people may have a motion. I'll set it for September 17th, 2020.
Okay, just one moment, please. Just. Yeah, don't turn your back on it, please.
September 17th, 2024,
Yeah, but he might be if you like.
9 a.m. That's before me.
Thank you.
When?
September 17th at 9 a.m. Oh, wait a minute, excuse me.
Why so long?
Uh,
That's 3 weeks.
Yeah, September 17th, I can do that, but not the
long.
8th, because that's the judge's calendar. And I'm a defer professional. There are some parameters, and you are not being, oh, that's the new
And-
thing in the jail I'm learning, that I'm being,
And I would anticipate the
Oh.
people's motion, so we'll try to
speedy
hear
trial
that.
is the new
before the-
buzzword in this world, and everything is a violation of that.
Of what?
Speedy trial. That is the new buzzword in the.
That has,
Judge, can I ask a question? What is about what's going on in the jail, speedy, none of this
You
particular
just
about
said
my
speedy.
case.
You just said you had a right to
Like
speedy
this, I
trial.
didn't say, I asked, why so long? I didn't say nothing
It's
about.
not a
no speedy
violation
trial.
of speedy
I asked,
trial.
why so long? I didn't say nothing about no speedy trial. Like, Judge Sims, this is where we having a conflict at, sir. I'm asking about my case, and it's everything other than the case. I don't want to talk about nothing but this case.
okay,
All this
but Mr. Epps,
speedy
hold on,
trial.
slow down. You have two things now which have,
And I
hold
understand
on, hold on. You asked me a question, but you're operating off of a premise that isn't gonna work. So here's the thing, you had the one case come up. We then had the hearing, there were allegations made, and this is where the complication comes in. There are allegations that are then made that there is phone contact and other communication. I don't know for sure, the allegations have been made, there's evidence of the phone calls. So that's where we are. What the problem then that happens is that leads to additional charges, which then not only is there now this additional felony, that clearly will have an impact upon what the first case that you came. That's what counsel's trying to get through. She's got to get that information. That then leads to other things.
Okay, I understand that. She's not explaining that, sir. That was simple things to understand.
I accept.
Okay,
We're good.
I can't get in between every counsel and attorney and defendant.
Thank you.
And I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to explain the process, and I've got to, Mr. Epps, I've got to be fair to both sides. So I got to have it worked out. You would have had an exam before now, had this not come up. Okay, so that's the reason for the stretch out in time.
Okay.
Also, the other thing, so that you just understand, it's not anybody trying to delay anything.
Okay, why did it jump? Oh man, is it him?
Because you don't get to choose that either. So, I mean, it's just gonna be, it will likely, okay, police testimony. Also, and I don't know if this is the people's intent, they would file a motion to proceed by forfeiture, meaning that because of, the simple way of putting this, because of your wrongdoing, the alleged victim is not present. So the people would, in that instance, not be punished by what is your behavior, or at least allegedly your behavior, Mr. Epps, and so would be allowed to proceed. That's kind of a nutshell version. I mean, there are a little bit more technicalities to it, but I think that
One of
that's,
the technicalities would be MCL 768.27C, and as I indicated, that case, people versus only 327, Mishap 319, and the various exceptions to the hearsay rule. That might be excited utterance, present sense impression, mental state of mind.
yeah, I mean, it's all,
And-
it's
and
all
other.
of that kind of thing.
Do I
They
got a
will-
right to cross-examine my accuser?
You know what? Here's the thing, sir, that if you're talking about the right to confrontation,
Sorry, I went a bit far back now. I don't know why it jumped. He did come back briefly. Judge Simpson did come back briefly, and I think it just.
there's a statute particularly on point where that may be forfeited because of what is alleged to be your behavior. That was the last thing that I brought up.
What do you mean by that, sir?
I am not here to give a law school class, although I could. I'm not, I know, but I'm just saying, there, that is very technical. That's why you have an attorney.
but I couldn't explain it anymore, and that's why I brought it up.
You just broke down law school for her. How am I different?
I didn't break down law school.
Okay,
for
I'll
her.
tell you.
She asked the
We
question.
have told you.
I
I'll
asked
tell
All right,
you.
I'm done. I'm gonna set it for exam.
I'm gonna go to the jail today, so I will.
So
I'll
what's
tell
that?
you.
Preliminary examination in this matter, because the
Yes.
people may have a motion. I'll set it for September 17th, 2020.
Okay, just one moment, please. Just. Yeah, don't turn your back on it, please.
September 17th, 2024,
Yeah, but he might be if you like.
9 a.m. That's before me.
Thank you.
When?
September 17th at 9 a.m. Oh, wait a minute, excuse
Why
me.
so long?
Uh,
That's 3 weeks.
yeah, September 17th, I can do that, but
Why
not
so
the
long?
8th, because that's the judge's calendar. And I'm a deferred professional. There are some
You can ask
parameters,
for
and you are not
Speedy day.
being. Oh, that's the new
And-
thing in the jail I'm learning, that I'm being.
And I would anticipate the
Oh.
people's motion, so we'll try to
Speedy
hear
trial
that.
is the new
before that.
buzzword in this world, and everything is a violation of that.
Of what?
Speedy trial. That's the new buzzword in the.
That has,
Just, can I ask a question? What is about what's going on in the jail? Speedy, none of this
You
particular
just
about
said
my
speedy.
case.
You just said you had a right to
Like
speedy
this,
trial.
I didn't say, I asked, why so long? I didn't say nothing
It's
about
not
no
a
speedy
violation.
trial.
Speedy
I asked,
trial.
why so long? I didn't say nothing about no speedy trial. Like, Judge Sim, this is where we having a conflict at, sir. I'm asking about my case, and it's everything other than the case. I don't want to talk about nothing but this case.
okay,
All this
but Mr. Epps,
speedy
hold on,
trial.
slow down. You have two things now which have,
And I
hold
understand
on. You asked me a question, but you're operating off of a premise that isn't gonna work. So here's the thing, you had the one case come up. We then had the hearing, there were allegations made, and this is where the complication comes in. There are allegations that are then made that there is phone contact and other communication. I don't know for sure. The allegations have been made. There's evidence of the phone calls. So that's where we are. What the problem then that happens is that leads to additional charges, which then not only is there now this additional felony, that clearly will have an impact upon what the first case that you came. That's what counsel's trying to get through. She's got to get that information. That then leads to other things.
Okay, I understand that. She's not explaining that, sir. That was simple things to understand.
I accept.
Okay,
We're good.
I can't get in between every counsel and attorney and defendant.
Thank you.
And I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to explain the process, and I've got to, Mr. Epps, I've got to be fair to both sides. So I got to have it worked out. You would have had an exam before now, had this not come. Okay, so that's the reason for the stretch out in time.
Okay.
Also, the other thing, so that you just understand, it's not anybody trying to delay anything. Because of the allegations that come at, and sort of this complicated thing, I won't say it's complicated, but it's a thing where they're going to proceed presumably, and I don't know, they know this for sure, without the witness. Your counsel has to try to do some things. I've got to give her time to do that for your protection.
Okay.
So it's not trying to stretch anything out. I'm just trying to make sure everybody has an opportunity to do what it is they need to do. It's really as simple as that.
Thank you.
Can I say one more thing, sir? Yeah, my last court hearing that I will be able to get a hold to her when y'all took my phone.
When, excuse me?
At my last court hearing, y'all took my phone. Y'all told me I'll be able to get a hold to her. I'm not able to get a hold to her.
You should be able to call your attorney.
We talked,
I'm not able to get a hold to you.
I don't.
but we talked.
That,
Somebody else.
Oh, he's saying he had to go in the three-way, but we talked.
I'm not able to call her, sir.
you should be able to contact your attorney.
I'm not able to, sir.
Well, did somebody at the jail make sure that can happen? Ms. Ford, check into that if you.
All right.
I'm
We are
done
today.
here, folks. Bond continue.
Thank you.
You lose some. You know. Clerk calls the case People versus Gerald Bogan.
Okay, he's back live, so I'm gonna hop. Yeah.
Let's call the case.
Okay, so somewhere here he comes back and then he pops out again. Let's just find that. Because this might be someone we're waiting for. So the people I have on the list today is Eric Vermeulen, who's already been, Atkins. I don't think I've seen Atkins. And Jones. And then Lambert. I did see Lambert. I don't remember why I wanted to see Lambert, but I did see Lambert.
Ready. Nicole, on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Chris Easthope appearing on behalf and with Kirk Crawford. Your Honor, with today's time and date set for PCC, my client understands he has a right to have a preliminary exam. He's willing to waive his right. He has signed, reviewed and signed a waiver.
All right. Sir, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
All right. And you?
I apologize. I'm gonna make a mess of the screen. I really apologize.
No, it's okay.
I let Mr. Easthope and I have been in discussion, so none of this is a surprise to him, except for my procedural issues. I have an amended complaint in front of me as well as an amended information. I advised Mr. Easthope that I would be amending the OWI second should have been an OWI third. I understand that Mr. Easthope does not have an objection to me filing these, and that the defendant is actually waiting on these amended documents that I have in my hand.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And the reason I apologize is because I just wanted to get his lack of objection before I filed them.
Gotcha.
Sorry that I'm doing it this way.
Okay, so. Yes, it does. Council approach.
Anyway, I was talking to myself. I said, let me try and catch up. I'm not going to put your location on the screen, LA, but I hear you. And just because of the law enforcement there, it can never be guilty for me. Trish, I'm so sorry to hear, and I hope that we can be a little distraction for you if you need it, or a venting place for you if you need it. But yeah, we're thinking of you. Linus, happy birthday again. Or feels geluk. Linus and I were talking in Afrikaans/Dutch this morning, and people thought we were, I don't know, speaking in tongues or something. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, as I was scrolling, I saw that you found her, but I can't imagine the panic. And then it's so hard for your adrenaline to like normalize. Also, I don't know if I said it already. Hi, my Cozy Co and Legal Fiction. I think I might have in chat, but I don't know if I said it this way. Do you happen to have Peter Heenan's early hearings? I don't. Judge Burke never has the things on. Judge Fink doesn't have anything. I actually asked some of my court friends last week in a stream if they have it. Steve did send me his the court records, and it is for stalking, but we don't have any further info further than that. And I think that in the probable cause, they're going to bring all of it up. I think they're going to speak again now.
Prosecutor
Yes,
I understand that the prosecutor is going to need to have that amended complaint sworn out.
correct. So I'll adjourn the probable cause to September 5th, 2024.
And Your Honor,
9 a.m.
was it okay to just keep that waiver in the file for?
Yes, that'll work.
All right.
All right. I'm continuing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Folks, I apologize. Let me step off real quick and I gotta take this emergency call and I'll be right back.
Oh. I have a premiere starting pretty soon. So just a heads up, I'm going to need to redirect you guys there because I can't miss it. So
Court does call the case, People versus Stephen Pottinger.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. William Amadeo, P7619 Stephen Pottinger. Stephen, please state your name for judge and prosecutor and the staff know it as you.
Stephen Pottinger II.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I just took over this case. I'm going to ask for a 30-day adjournment. I also did speak to the people. Inside your file, Judge, should be a signed protective order.
I've signed it.
And I also, there was a travel request that the people stipulated to that he had planned before any charges were issued. One was for business, one was for a family trip. People had no objection if you would sign that.
Yeah, there's actually no line for my signature, but I'll have my staff put one on and sign off on that as an order that he can travel.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
And if I could have the 30 days, I don't know if this will be a waiver or not, but I certainly want to study my evidence. We do waive all statutory timeframes.
19th or 26th.
You know me, Judge. I'll take the 26th.
I know. I just thought I'd be polite and ask. September 26th, 2024.
Thank you, Your Honor.
9 a.m. All right, thank you.
Be right down.
I don't know if it's something we should
Those
swatch
case
or not.
People versus Brandon Lancaster.
Afternoon, Your Honor. Dan Garrett on behalf of Mr. Lancaster. Brandon, can you state your name?
Brandon Lancaster.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Ms. Hughes and I approach very briefly.
You may.
Thank you.
Can we try to keep the approaching to a minimum, please?
Like we've had a record to reflect we've had a bench conference. Probable cause in this case, I will adjourn to the 5th or the 12th, sir.
We do the 19th, right?
19th.
Thank you.
2024, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to show you this quickly because you guys are talking about court archives. I wasn't joking when I said I have a lot in the archives, like a lot. So from when it starts to just be the videos, that's all that I still need to sort into their relevant folders. But then, like, for example, Judge Simpson, I have criminal DV edits, general. This was his whole channel that I saved at one point. Prelim, videos already edited, and then there's still more. Like, it is a nightmare to keep on track of, and to keep tidy. But what it means is that I can at least go to my archives. Like, there was a lady today that was crying in court, and I know I've seen her. I just need to find her first appearance, and then I can put it all together like I did with Styron. So if you haven't seen the Subsit video that I did a while ago, it's literally from his first appearance all the way through, because I cannot stand, first of all, not knowing the end result, and second of all, not knowing where we started. Like, occasionally I might be chilled with watching if it's entertaining to me to watch like lawyers banter or whatever, that's fine. But like when it's a person and I want to know how they're doing, like Heenan, then I want everything, all of their appearances. I want to know everything. Like I'm rooting for him. I want to know how far he's come.
Court calls the case, the People versus Terry Slatterwaite. Maybe.
Afternoon, Your Honor, Dan Garrett on behalf of Mr. Satterthwaite, and he's stepping forward to make sure we got his name pronounced right. Terry, can you state your name?
Terry Satterthwaite.
Sorry, I forgot another thing talking about ADHD. And then this is the calendar. So I've got all the way to November. I haven't printed December yet because no one's been set for December yet. But I have already got people in November. And then that calendar lives in this notebook so that when I get to like now, when I'm saying like, oh, I remember this lady cried in court, then I can be like, oh, what notes did I make about Judge Simpson that day? Like I have random ones that are like Spicy Grandpa appeared first on this day, appeared next on this day, represented himself the 11th, Judge Middleton this time, probably June. Then I keep track of it like that so that I can put everything together because I need to have the full story. I am very organized with paper related things because I need to write it. Once I've written it, it's in my brain and I will be able to say like, oh yeah, Styron's next hearing is probably first week of November because I wrote it down. But if I just put it in a calendar online, I wouldn't remember. Anyway, we have literally 12 minutes until I have to send everyone over.
Got it. Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Ganatra and I have spoken on this case. There's some discovery that's needed, and I think we both are requesting an adjournment. It'd be my request. We could have that same date, please, and then I do have a travel request.
Probable cause conference without objection, September 19th, 2024, 9 a.m. Yes.
Mr. Satterthwaite, you are trying to go to Akron, Ohio. Is that correct?
Yeah, for some work training.
Can you tell the judge the potential dates?
No.
So next week I have to go to Akron for some training for work. For a new
Okay.
job.
All right. So what
Monday through Friday.
of next week?
Yep.
So the 26th through the 30th?
Yep.
Or is that right? You'll be there Monday through Friday?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection from the people?
No, Your Honor.
I'll indicate defendant may travel to Ohio for work.
Your Honor, he's on random testing, so I'll send a proposed order, and then I don't know if Your Honor wants him to test when he gets back or test, however you want to do that.
Yeah, I would probably want in what's the I'd certainly want to test right before he leaves and right when he comes back. Okay, because he's on once per week. Is that what you're on right now?
Yes.
Okay, so it might be 2 that week, but if I get 1 before and 1 when he returns. Okay.
And so community corrections will be notified of that then?
You said you were going to do an order. If you do an order and encompass that.
Sounds good.
Then that will work.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, defendant may travel 26th through the 30th. Ohio.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Court calls the case People versus Alexis Perry.
It's a blessing and a curse because, for example, Mr. Hijar, who is the man who allegedly may have murdered the Brazilian tourist, I was watching videos trying to figure out the story until like 2 a.m. one of the days. And then I was so hyper focused on it that I was finding other things that had happened in that area that were potentially questionable. And my brain was like, are these two things connected? Because of course we always see patterns, etc., etc. Anyway, let's watch this last one and then head over. I just typed in chat that I think I found Christine Ricci's sentencing. However, it looks like I need a VPN on, and I can't do that when we're on the stream. So we'll have to revisit that. And it also looks like it's short.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Samuel Bennett, appearing with and on behalf of Ms. Perry, who's standing to my right. Can you state your name, please?
Alexis Perry.
Good afternoon. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, there's some videos that Ms. Hughes has received and is going to get to me regarding the surveillance videos from Costco. So we're just asking for one more PCC. Just a few weeks should be enough time, Your Honor.
All right. Probable cause will be adjourned September 12th, will that work? 2024, 9 a.m. as your invite indicates. Bond will continue.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case of the People versus Carlos Scales.
Good afternoon again, Your Honor. Bennett, bring on behalf, with and on behalf of Ms. Scales, who's approaching me, stood to my right. Can you state your name, please?
Carla Scales.
All right.
Your Honor, may we approach briefly?
You may.
Tomorrow in Judge Simpson's court, we have the tenant who said that there was an attempted assassination at his house and he shot out somebody at his apartment, shot 5 times. And then we also have the Thurston County civil with the man who doesn't want to have anything to do with technology. Both of those are tomorrow. But Thurston's hours are not conducive to South African time zones.
Reflect we've had a bench conference in this case. And I've signed the order. I don't know what happened to the last one, but that's okay if there was a last one. But probable cause conference will be adjourned to, let's just do September 26th.
Your Honor, I have a sentencing that day in Oakland County.
19th, will that work?
The 19th is good. Yeah.
Okay, all right. September 19th, 2024, 9 a.m. as your invite indicates. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
If you enjoy research,
Court does call the case of the People versus Brandon Williams.
And good afternoon again, Your Honor. Samuel Bennett for Mr. Williams, who's approaching me, stood to my right. Can you state your name, please?
Brandon Williams. All right.
And Your Honor, I believe I received all the discovery in this matter. I unfortunately was sick last week, so I didn't get a chance to meet with Mr. Williams.
All right.
So if we could have one more PCC so I can review that with him, that would be great.
All right. Do the people have any objection to the 19th since council's coming back that day?
I do not.
All right. Probable cause conference, September 19th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a great rest of your day.
You do the same, sir. Court calls case People versus Martirius Williams.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Martirius Williams. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I just received the discovery last Friday. Monday. I have not had an opportunity to go over with my client, and I also would like an opportunity to talk to Ms. Hughes about possible resolution. So we're asking for an adjournment till the 5th of September.
Okay. Probable cause conference. Without objection, September 5th, 2024, 9 a.m. or is your invite indicated?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond continued. Thank you. Court calls case People versus Rennell Johnson.
Your Honor, Michael Doby for the people.
Good afternoon.
The record, Erica Julian appearing on behalf of Mr. Johnson, present via Zoom.
Oh, yes, he is. Sir, can you please state your name?
Ronell Johnson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We've been continuing to discuss this case. There's additional discovery that an investigation that defense needs to do in this case, and I've spoken about that with Mr. Doby. We are requesting an additional approximately 4 weeks.
All right. Any,
No objection, Your Honor.
all right.
September 19th, if that's available.
Yes, it would be.
Yes, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference, September 19th, 2024, 9 a.m.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, folks. Good seeing you, Mr. Doby. Courthouse.
Okay, before he calls the next one, let me wrap it up so we can head over. I'm pretty sure his name is Cedric. I do also have the hearing. So, you know, like people often bring up the allegations with the intern and all of that. I've saved a part of that. Oh, it's killing me. This is not, it's not on center anymore. I saved that hearing as well. So we can always watch that one day. And then this, I learned a lot about researching when I learned about OSINT. And these guys, Trace Labs, they literally use that research to find missing people down to, like, for example, there's a picture of a girl in a car and they figure out like that seatbelt comes from that car. And then they like zoom in and take like a lamppost and they're like, oh, these are the lampposts in Texas and this place and this place. And then they're like, okay, let's narrow it down to these cars in this areas at this time. And they find missing people like that. It is so cool. But I see in that playlist that there is a section on the dark web, and I'm going to tell you right now, do not even play around there. Do not even play around there. If you don't know how to work your way around the dark web, stay off it. You can do more than enough with just Facebook, Instagram, even just Google, and don't pay any sites for like records and stuff, because that's an easy way to be scammed. Well, I think you are just, I think it's just that your sparkly mesh brain is not harnessing its power. I didn't want to say it like that because it sounds rude, but like, I think maybe all of us gifted kids are actually just like directed incorrectly. Okay, let's head over to this premiere. Otherwise, I'm going to be late for my own show. Wouldn't be surprised. I will see you guys tomorrow. Judge Simpson, landlord, tenant, and first and civil. Let's see where we go. And I'm going to try and find that Christine Ricci sentencing as well. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'm so glad that some of you managed to make the live that haven't been here for lives a lot, but I appreciate it, and I appreciate the comments and all of the interaction. It really helps. See you there. I hope I set up this redirect. Wait a minute. Before I do that, I just created. I need to get the link before I send you there. Why is it not coming up? Why is it not coming up? Why is it not coming up? Today's August 22nd. Okay, I found it, and it's very loud. I don't know why they make that premiere music so loud, and it's not something I can change. Here's the link. Okay, see you there. Bye.